Howdy peeps, welcome back to the channel. First things first, some apologies. It has been a while since I've uploaded any recorded content, still been doing the streams. There have been a few reasons for that. First and foremost, I've had two nasty colds in the last 3 or 4 weeks, so speaking snotty coffee, it's not a good thing to put on a video. Other than that, pure laziness, lack of ideas, bad weather, worn out, tired. Pick any of those, they're all equally applicable. So, onto the subject for today's video, and yes, we have noties. Don't worry about trying to read them, I can't, it's my handwriting. But before we get bored of looking at this horrific furry mug, let's look at some fish, shall we? And we'll get onto the subject. And what we're going to do today is we're actually going to attempt to watch the screen rather than the fish themselves. So today, just a quick one. I wanted to talk about some fishy fallacies. Those kind of things you hear and people will repeat parrot fashion but not actually understand or realise just how silly of a thing it is. Hello, Missy Pistol. You're looking rather heggy-full. I hope you're looking rather horny, Mr. Pisto. Anyway, so the first one, which is one we've been hearing for donkey's years. Oh, yeah, we might have another bunch of bristlies on the way at some point. Fish only grow to the size of the tank. Now, most of us know that is absolute BS of the largest type. It's the kind of BS Donald Trump would be proud of, getting the people to believe. But yes, they don't grow to the size of the tank, they get stunted. Which means that their body stops growing, but their internal organs carry on, and then, yeah, they die a short, painful, or a long, painful death from organ failure. Let's move along. To shrimpy tank. Probably not many shrimps on the show. There we go. There's a few. So point 2. More media is more better. Because if you have more biomedia, then you have more bacteria, and your test cycle is more stronger. Also, completely incorrect. Your tank, as a result, your filter media, whether it be sponges, floss, posh rocks, waste from the glass blowing industry, ceramics, you're only going to have as many bacteria as it takes to process the waste in the tank. So if you're putting an FX2 on a 10-gallon tank, or an FX4 on a 10-gallon tank, let's say, and you're stuffing it full of a nice expensive glass slag, yeah, you're just wasting money. You're not achieving anything. Because chances are all the bacteria is going to be in the first bit of sponge. Now, one I've done a whole rant video on. Prime is magical, it fixes everything. No. No, it isn't. It's a dechlorinator. It may somewhat detoxify ammonia and heavy metals, although there is increasing noises about that not being true. So yeah, it's just a dechlorinator, it's not some magical mystery tour. It's not going to fix everything in your aquarium. And yes, this is a black water tank, which we'll get onto at another point. My water isn't clear, therefore my tank has something wrong with it. It's bad, it's dirty, it's nasty. No. In the case of tannins, as in here, which is why you can barely see that male Nanacara who is bright metallic blue, because there's that many tannins in the water. Yes, you still see all the snails. Tannins are beneficial for your tank. Green water is just microscopic algae floating about in the water, for want of a better description. It's good for your tank. It's good for your fish. If you've got fan feeder shrimp, they'll love it. Cloudy water, because you've got a bacterial bloom going on. That's not a bad thing either. Leave it, it will fix itself. Or lower the bio load in the tank. Add another filter. It's not a bad thing, it just means you've got bacteria floating around in the water. Bits floating about in the water. Oh, there's my pleco keeps, or my corydoras keep digging up the substrate and making my water all dirty. What should I do? Live with it. Go look at your local, not ponds as such, but slow moving rivers, or your local lakes. Look at how murky that water is. Are all the fish in there unhealthy? Are they dying of some nasty noxious condition? No, they're happy and they're healthy. Snails are bad. You have to get rid of every snail in your tank because I still can't figure out a reason why people still say that, or even originally did. Yeah, there's not many snails in here. And it's running a KH of little above 0, but they keep breeding and multiplying, and yeah, they do no harm. Yes, they add to a bio load of a tank, which means you've got more bacteria in your filter, or wherever it happens to be. It could be in your substrate, on your plants, on your rotting leaves, whatever. And that will give you a stronger cycle, because there is more bacteria, because you've got a higher bio load. So yeah, you can clean your filter out and not worry about completely destroying the cycle. Funny, huh? Anyway, another one we get to fairly regularly, as we do a patented Sharpie? And it shows what I've been doing lately. Sharpie fade to black, as we come across to a different tank to get onto some other moans that people have. Oh my god, what do I do? There is a poop on the floor in my tank. Yes, and there will be poop. Fishes are animals. What goes in one end comes out the other. You're never going to keep it perfectly clean and tidy. But there will always be poop in a fish tank. Whether it be fish poop, snail poop, shrimp poop, everything poops. And if you've got a planted tank, by getting rid of it, all you're doing is removing free fertiliser from the water, well, actually not from the water, but from the substrate that all your lovely plants will feed on. Yeah, plants like fish poop. Funny that. What else have we got? We'll zip around quick, because we do actually have not necessarily an air stone, but we've got an old school box filter in there. You know, those absolutely awful things that don't work and are absolutely horrific, and no, they work perfectly well. Water goes in one end, the muck gets removed and it comes out the other. Oh, and just because it's me again, yeah, more baby bristle noses. People that say that having an air stone adds oxygen to the water. it doesn't. This one's a little bit pedantic of me, but you know, it's the science nerd in me that does come out every once in a while. What an air stone is doing is bubbling air through the water. Now, due to natural gas exchange, most of it will happen at the surface when the bubbles break the surface, agitate it, and that's when the gas exchange happens. Yes, a small amount will happen as the air bubbles are coming up through the water column. This boy does not want to be on camera, does he? But even then, quite literally, 72% of any air bubbles that are coming up is nitrogen. So I think there's only about 22% of our air is actually oxygen, so you know. Yeah, you live, you learn. Well, happy car is hiding. What next? Dirt and muck is bad, along with poop is bad. Now you'll see people that will religiously gravel vac, and they will, any kind of dead leaf on a plant they will remove. All these things. And what you can see here is a build-up of mulm, which is broken down decaying organic matter, i.e. fish poop, rotting leaves, dead snails, and all sorts that's built up in the substrate. And this substrate runs down to probably about there. So you can see just how deep that bed of muck is. And this has to be one of the healthiest tanks you'll ever see. There's literally nothing wrong with it. Plants are growing crazy, fish are happy and healthy. But there's poop in it. There's muck and mire in it. Again, refer you back to go look at your local lake. Stick your hand in. Grab out some of that gunk in the bottom. That's what it is. Oh god, not another escaped plecklet. Oh well. Right, that's that page done, I think. Let me what else do we have on the second post it? The good old inch per gallon rule. Yeah, that's BS. Ignore it. As according to the inch per gallon rule, that means 11 neon tetras, which if we can find one, there's one back there somewhere. Where are you, neon? Oh, you're hiding again. There's a black neon tetra. They're about an inch long. According to the inch per gallon rule, if you've got 11 of those in a 10-gallon tank, it's overstocked. But you can put a 9-inch long Oscar in there, or a 9-inch common pleco, and it'll be fine. Yeah, no. Litre percent mate, no. I mean, you can get around it, but it's a fairly complicated mathematical equation that, yeah, given what I've experienced, the majority of amateur fish keepers probably would struggle with that kind of level of maths. Not saying everyone's bad at maths, but hands up if you enjoyed algebra, trigonometry and calculus at school. Yeah. Didn't think such. Another one. Except in very, very rare cases, there is no such thing as a maintenance-free tank. And that seems to be what a lot of people's goal is. All these things that reduce nitrates and bigger filters so you don't have to clean them out so often, and all this auto top-off systems so you don't have to just do your water changes. clean your filters. It's not difficult. And also remember, it's not just that you're removing nitrate from the water. You're also replacing a bunch of minerals, other bits and pieces, you know, calcium, magnesium, phosphate, blah blah blah, whatever. All the other little bits that are in the water, you're replacing them. Because trust me, you need KH in the water. In 99% of aquariums, you need KH. If your KH hits 0, you will have a crash. Because there's nothing to buffer the pH. And then when you go, oh no, it's crashed, I must do a big water change, and you bump that pH, or bump that KH up again, all of a sudden the pH will jump up like a rocket, and you'll probably kill most of your fish from osmotic shock. And one that I heard the other day that I'm just going to touch on because it's obviously completely silly. You don't need to feed plecos. You put them in there and they eat the algae. You don't feed them. No, they just eat the algae and the other fish's poop. No, plecos are fish. They need a varied diet. Yes, they will eat algae. Yes, they will. And as you can see them, they will scrape the biofilm off of wood and rocks and off the outside of the filters, but they still need a varied diet. Pellets, fresh greens, algae wafers, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's turned into a bit of a longer rant than I was expecting, but I'm back. Hopefully I'll be doing at least one video a week. Now I'm starting to get myself sorted out. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you've not sworn too much. Don't shake your head too hard. But yeah, enjoy your hobby, that's the main thing. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. All the buttons are down there somewhere. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye.